Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile, Heist League, because Harvest is pretty much done. Alright, so how you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode. So I wanted to start this off with, the patch notes are today. I'm doing the balance manifesto from yesterday. So as you guys saw from the title, Redemption Sentries nerfed. We'll go through all this right now. So if you guys don't know what this is, basically, I need to go through this information because I want to be updated with what's going to happen in Heist League of the balance. This is basically telling us what the patch note is going to be without the exact numbers. Some of the numbers are here, which is really nice. So these are a lot of my predictions, actually. A lot of them. And it kind of affects our early game league starter as well. So anyways, we'll get it started, and I'll also give my feedback on what I think and my opinion on all this stuff. So as with every league, we're making some changes to a few key mechanics that outclass alternatives or provide too much power with too little investment. This helps to keep a fresh metagame. Encourage player, which metagame is basically like, so a meta forms, which is like strong things that everybody can play, that everybody knows, and therefore a meta is born. And then the reason they say to keep a fresh metagame is they delete the meta, basically. Usually they nerf the meta, the popular stuff, and then it will keep it fresh because it will force new stuff to become more popular because of those stuff not being as strong. So they looked at specific builds, and I can already tell you there's two for sure that they looked at, and potentially even the Divine Flesh abuse that we had. But anyways, I was right again. Encourage players to consider alternatives and prevent us having to raise the difficulty of Path of Exile's content to compensate for the small subset of builds that can trivialize content. Makes sense to me. Our build that's flying under the radar here. As we mentioned earlier, here, and here, we're making changes to some existing skills and introducing new ones. Yeah, that's fine. Outside of these changes, we're only making a small number of balance changes in Heist. Small. But they're very targeted. This is like when they nerfed my zombie build and they targeted like 8 different aspects of it and not just one. These things are very targeted and very focused on specific builds and specific parts of builds. And defenses again. They love to take out our defenses, man. They just hate it. They hate defenses. Because that's trivializing content. You'll be able to read them in detail in the patch notes tomorrow, but in the meantime, this manifesto outlines what you can expect. So yeah, the patch notes are today for me, in a little bit, and then I'll make my video and go over them. But anyways, the Path of Exile, Heist Balance Manifesto. So we'll start with the Ascendancies. We've lowered the offering effect on the Necromancer's Mistress of Sacrifice and on the Ascendant back to its past to 50%. I wondered about this, dude. I knew this was going to happen because I thought that this change before was the reason that the spirit offering thing, I found it. I wouldn't have noticed except for looking at that the Ascendancy was changed and that this was a higher value. Then I looked at spirit offering. I was like, wait, you could give yourself a shield? Wait, what the fuck? And I started going down that rabbit hole. So back to 50. Can they revert spirit offering yet? Like, how many? We had the nerf to Shaper's Touch, the nerf to the Baron, the nerf to strength stacking, the nerf to every fucking item in the goddamn build, and they killed Spirit Offering. Can we have it back with 50%? God damn it. We've also lowered the crit strike chance and multiplier on Assassin's Deadly Infusion, the crit strike multiplier on Assassin's small passives. These two passives were making these classes too generally powerful for too many builds. Every build should go Assassin before. Yeah, it was broken. So much damage. I loved my Assassin Herald of Thunder. Glancing Blows. So we've changed Glancing Blows to cause more damage to pass through your block. You now take 65% instead of 50%. The keystone combined with effects that recover life or energy shield on block we're providing too much survivability for too little investment. Yeah, that's a big nerf. So 35 instead of 50, a 15% difference. So you're taking 65 instead of 50. 15 of 50 is almost like, it's like 30%. You're taking 30% more damage. Wow. Divine Flesh, or it's blocking 30% less is a way to look at it, I guess. But Divine Flesh. The Divine Flesh keystone provide an extremely strong defensive layer against elemental and chaos damage, provided you could get enough chaos res. Harvest League, by the way. We've lowered the amount of maximum chaos res the keystone gives to 5, making investment into maximum chaos res more necessary to get the same defensive outcome. So now this is worth half of a purity. It's shit. There's no way. I'm so glad they did this so that we're allowed to go to new things without feeling like we've made a terrible decision of giving up Divine Flesh. Thank you, GGG, for this change, because it's not killed in the sense that somebody can't run this. This is the mechanic is still alive. It's still a thing, but you've just reduced the number so it's not broken. Thank you so much for this. Appreciate it, because keeping that build alive, keeping that concept alive, I really I appreciate that. It's really cool. Enduring Cry. This war cry combined with the Call to Arms keystone that gave it made it so your war cry was instant, gave convenient defense with little or no player interaction. We're increasing Enduring Cry's cooldown to 8 seconds. What the fuck? And requiring at least one enemy. This kills it. In range to generate endurance charges in order to increase the importance of positioning and timing during gameplay. It's completely dead again. Requiring an enemy is the reason why it was dead in the first place, and now it's back to being dead. It was only good because it was so consistent. Ball Lightning combined with slower projectiles outclass the damage of other spells. Oh my god. They got nerfed. Dude, that's actually insane. Do you know how long Ball Lightning Minor has been broken, especially for League Start and leveling? And whoa, Spellslinger. Triggering spells with Spellslinger was faster and more convenient than other methods of casting spells while leveling. It now has a longer cooldown but gains more cooldown recovery as it levels, making it more rewarding to reach higher gem levels. The skill now starts with a reservation override of 30%, scaling down to 25%. I've never used Spellslinger once. Maybe I should. It sounded fucking insane. Maybe I should use it before it gets nerfed. Redemption Sentry Specters. This is what you guys all came for. But pretty much it's a big patch of like nerfs. Not this. There's more. There's more, dude. It's. Wait. Sorry. There's more. It's not just the Redemption Sentries. This is literally zombies nerfed. I told you. I was right again. It wasn't Harvest. Everyone can suck it. But basically, no, I'm kidding. I love you guys, but there's a lot of people who said they weren't OP and it was just Harvest, and I was right. Redemption Sentry Specters. This monster variety had superior damage scaling. Really? And clear speed. Wait. And its damage and life lowered. Whoa, those were my predictions. Life? No way they would hit the 4 times life. Oh my god, or the clear speed. Oh, the damage being the fucking best of everything, too. The best clear speed, the best life, the best damage. Yeah, I wonder if it was broken. Cluster jewels. We've made a few numeric tweaks to specific cluster jewel notables that provided a little too much power. This time we're only lowering values on Precise Commander, Vicious Bite, and Vengeful Commander. But may make further changes in the future. What build does this target, dude? Ah, shit. Rip crit specters, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a lot of nerfs, bro. That's a lot of nerfs, bro. And then, you go look back, you're like, well, how bad does this affect us? This affects our league start, which isn't until like mapping anyways, which is just some of the defenses. We might not use Bone Offering. We might use the Commander of Darkness for the 30% res and some damage instead of Mistress of Sacrifice because of them nerfing it. Also, on top of it, they also nerfed Glancing Blows. So this is 33% of the power taken out, like 25% of 75. So 33% of the power taken out, and this is 30% of the power taken out. So you combine these, and this is gonna make all your block that you get 30% basically less effective from what it was, and then you're using your Bone Offering is now 33% less effective than before. So seeing as how they're saying there's no other changes, this makes me think Commander of Darkness is easier and better because it will just give us the res that we already want. We won't need to get a Rumi's Concoction, which I already said on the first few days is going to be super expensive to where it's not ideal, and we're probably going to switch out of the block variant anyways, and we're going to be going Elementalist and go Golems anyways. So what if we just don't go Glancing Blows now, which we're going to have a new skill tree tomorrow after we see the patch notes and the passive tree is updated. But yeah, for now I'm thinking then we probably don't even go Mistress, so we don't have the awkward gameplay of having to Bone Offering to keep up block and all that stuff. We're just a little bit more squishy, but then we don't have to worry about as much res, which is easier gameplay. Nice. So then, yeah, they killed the crit, they killed Redemption Sentries. I wonder how bad they killed Ball Lightning. Vitality, Precision, and Clarity. Vitality has always had a value that seemed low compared to the power of other auras with similar mana reservations. That makes sense compared to Precision, which meant it has seen little use outside of enabling powerful Vitality. Oh, they're talking about Vitality. Oh, that makes sense too. No one ever uses that. Powerful Vitality-specific Watcher's Eye modifiers. I agree. No fucking way. We've changed the skill to have a flat mana reservation and grant flat life regen instead of percent life. It is now available at level 10. I want this. Their attribute requirements are now consistent. Dude, combine this with a Stone Golem? Wait. Their attribute requirements are now consistent, only requiring their primary attribute and at 75% the value of standard attribute requirements for their skills. Oh, that's fine. So they're talking about precision. So they're making Vitality more in line with Precision and Clarity instead of being a 50% mana reserve skill. Because can you believe 50% mana reserve for two life regen? 2%. You get. Oh my god. Whatever, dude. Good job, GGG. That's a really nice change to Vitality. I probably will use it, to be honest. That sounds really fucking nice. I think a lot of hardcores will like Vitality if the numbers are good. Val and Purity skills. Uh-oh. These skills have been changed to grant maximum elemental resistance instead of less damage taken. Because there was an immune build. This is mostly to prevent clever use of game mechanics with standard items that could completely prevent taking certain types of damage. Yeah, they were immune. Ailment effect. We've changed some ailment modifying stats like chill effect, shock effect, chill duration, and freeze duration to instead apply to all cold and lightning ailments. This will allow them to affect the alternate elemental ailment, sap and brittle. This affects some unique items, passive, and other items modifier. This is too big brain for me, but that sounds fucking insane. We don't use those. I haven't really learned them that much. I learned shock a little bit, but it's still confusing. Freeze is annoying because of phasing bosses. Projectile behavior ordering. We've changed the order that projectiles will perform special behavior so that splitting now occurs first, followed by piercing, forking, chaining, then returning. For specific mechanics that had chances to occur or not occur, you'll now be able to fall back on another behavior the projectile has. Previously, if a projectile had a chain remaining, the skill couldn't return until it had chained the last time, even if there were no enemies in range to chain to. Now the projectile will return and could still make use of the remaining chain if it hits an enemy during that return. That's so cool! They just thought of the ordering and said, this order sounds cooler. Because of specific things that were actually happening. Reduced visibility and stealth. This is big. Does this affect Delve? Those stealth builds? Sources of reduced visibility have now been changed to stealth. Oh, is this for Heist? Previously, reaching 100% reduced visibility would make you unable to be detected by an enemy. Now, while now 100% stealth will half the range that monsters detect you at, while 200% will reduce it to 1/3. Values of stealth have been adjusted to compensate for that. You're fucked. You can't reach it. They killed stealth. They killed GG. Changes to mods which provide flat life regeneration. Flat life regeneration mods provide a substantial amount of defensive power at low levels. but their values are notoriously low for endgame play. Yeah. The values of many mods which provide... Oh, because they give like 5, 10, 2, which provide flat life regen have been increased by as much as 100%. So if I said 5, it'd be 10. If I said 10, it'd be 20. Is that a lot? Let's say you can get 20 per piece. 8 pieces. 160. It's shit. What's the max regen we had on a piece right now? I need to know. I need to know. Because if they said as high... This is giving us the answer, dude. POEDB. Give me a sec. This should be fun. Okay. So let's go to mod. I'm going to look at a body armor to give it the best chance possible. Strength. What is the life regen on a 20 to 25? Ooh. That's higher than I thought, to be honest. So let's say at the highest end, 50 life regen per piece. 8 pieces, 400 regen. It's still bad. Well, it's not the worst, but it's pretty fucking bad. And that's on the chest plate. So just to compare to the helm. Okay, dude. We're fucked. Yeah, that's still not great, but it's better than it was. Also, roll slightly less commonly on items. Oh, thank God. That's the buff. That's the buff we need. And then it's like, well, and if you still roll the life, at least it's 100% more. Making these mods more competitive with percentage-based life regen at higher levels. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, like, let's say 1% of 5,000. That's 50, right? Okay, yeah, that's pretty close. Yeah, that's actually pretty close. What the fuck? Okay. It's still less, but... that makes sense. Changes to the mod tag system. During harvest, we added the ability to view the tags of mods on an item by holding Alt with advanced mod descriptions enabled. However, further changes to the mod tagging system were required in order to support displaying tags in the long term. We've standardized existing systems that use mod tags to use the same set of tags. Applied a simpler and more consistent philosophy to categorizing which mods should receive a tag, and we've also made a few changes to fossils. The primary goal of these changes is to make the effects of crafting functions that rely on mod tags more clear and predictable. From 3.12 onwards, the tags displayed when holding Alt, which were previously used for fossil and harvest crafting, will also be used by catalysts that cannot roll attack mods, cannot roll caster metacrafts. That's cool. The new enchantments available in Heist will also use these tags, as will all future uses of the mod tag system. Mod tags will also be displayed on unique item mods. They love this system. New tags have been added to support this merger. These are ailment, attribute, curse, damage, gem, resistance. Where's minion? The changes made to systems which use mod tags are as follows. I bet minion already exists. It just wasn't in the harvest fucking list. Turbulent catalyst will affect mods with both the elemental and damage tags. Other catalysts will use these new tags or existing tags normally. Corroded fossils and prismatic will now affect mods with both. Wait, these are actually crazy. Wait, what? With both the physical and element or chaos and ailment tags rather than the bleeding and poison. The bleeding and poison tags are no longer used. What? Is it the same shit? They're just tagged differently? That's good to know. Now use this new gem tag, which has been applied to all mods that directly affect gems. And can they roll different shit then? Huh. And the gem level tag is no longer used. This opens up new uses for facet fossils while minimally impacting their existing functions. Yeah, they're changing shit. What the fuck? They're adding functions. Bound fossils now also increase the likelihood of rolling curse mods in order to expand their range of... No! That increases the price of them. And makes it harder to roll minion stuff. Because we're going to be rolling curse shit. Can we go against curse some way? Is there a fossil to remove curse? Prismatic fossils no longer separately affect the weightings of fire, cold, and lightning mods, as these mods are now always also tagged as elemental. That makes sense. The same is true for jagged fossils and bleeding and aberrant fossils and poison. These aren't functional changes but provide greater clarity as fossils no longer have effects that aren't explicitly described. Oh, okay. So they didn't actually change shit, it's just described better. So things were possible that probably didn't make any sense as poison and bleeding, and now they will make sense as physical and ailment, or chaos and ailment. Genius. Oh, because a physical ailment is bleeding and a chaos ailment is poison, but then there was the extra stuff. Got it. Geniuses. And they can add to it later. Like now when they create, they don't have to think bleeding poison. They can think physical ailment, and they can think chaos ailment when they add it to the corroded fossil list. They don't have to worry. It's way cleaner, and then there's no like hiccups later. Nice. They made this system sounds good. Yeah. They cannot roll. This is just like reworking the system because making it more clear, and I love making things clearer and easier. They cannot roll attack mods and cannot roll caster mods. Metacrafts now simply use the attack and caster tags. Oh, that's so smart. I didn't know how this fucking worked for so long, dude. And awesome. Finally, the rationale used to tag mods has been simplified, and all existing mod tags reviewed for consistency. This fucking post should have been simplified in order to allow players to reasonably infer. But I'm telling you, I think it's that they really like this tag system and they're in love with it, and that's why they've put so much into this part of the post. They put a lot of time into this shit, and it's a big part of it. They love it. In order to allow players to reasonably infer what tags a mod may have, even without viewing them directly. In summary, tags are now only added to mods which specify and directly affect the subject of the tag. Some of the main implications of this include conditional mods do not receive tags based on the condition. For example, a mod that grants damage while on full life does not receive the life tag, and a mod that grants attack speed if you have dealt a critical strike recently does not receive the critical tag. Wait, a mod that grants damage while on full life does not receive the life tag. Yeah. A mod that grants attack speed if you have dealt the critical strike does not receive the crit tag. Yeah. A mod that grants a power charge on crit would receive the crit tag. Yeah. Since that is directly modifying the effect of the critical strike. Yeah. Any tag that is necessarily a subset of another tag that receives both tags. Currently, this just means that all fire, cold, and lightning are also elemental. This isn't a functional change to prismatic, as mentioned above. They used to also apply to fire, cold, and lightning. Without explicitly describing this, a related concept is that all bleed-related mods now receive the attack tag as well as the physical, since bleed can only be applied by attacks. Okay. Mods granting skills or keyworded buffs do not grant tags matching the stats of those skills or buffs previously, as it was very inconsistent whether these tags were granted, but a more minimalistic approach was chosen in order to prevent many mods which grant buffs from requiring enormous number of tags. Mods granting notable or keystone passes do grant tags matching the stats of those passive skills. While this is inconsistent with our approach to buffs and skills, I need to reread it. It was judged necessary for the sake of cluster jewels. I'm weird and I can like read while thinking, and then I don't know what the fuck I was reading. Previously, it was very inconsistent whether these tags were granted, but a more minimalistic approach. Mods granting notable or keystone passives do grant tags matching the stats of those passive skills. While this is inconsistent with our approach to buffs and skills, it was judged necessary for the sake of cluster jewels. Okay. See, yeah, that was complicated. I had to reread it. I also still don't really know what the fuck they're specifically talking about because they didn't give an example of where this exactly affects. So I don't know what notable granted from a thing. Now I'm thinking of like, whatever. Thousands of individual changes have been made to mod tags. So to assist with understanding the implications for item crafting, we've prepared a full list of items of the mods which can roll on items and their new tags. Click here to check them out. Yes! I was just complaining. You see, complain and you get... Oh my god. You can roll this with bound fossils. Gem. Holy shit. This is so cool. They have everything. Look how long this list is. They listed everything with every single mod with all the types. So you can look at everything. Nice. It must be stressed that most crafting methods are not significantly affected by these methods, but specific methods for crafting items with certain combinations of mods may be impacted, and you will undoubtedly be able to find new methods with a little investigation. Minions. 339. I could do this. Just click this a few times, you know. +3. Okay. So it's minion gem. Minion. Yes, those are the same. I'm basically like, dude, do you think we could find a different mods that we haven't seen before? Those are basically the same. Mana and minion damage. What the hell? Where'd that come from? Has that always been a thing? Where do you find that? Mana. Pog. 1 raise Specter. Life. Move speed. Reduce reflect. That's a mat, flask, helm, craft. These are crafts. Oh, wait, why does it show crafts? Tags are on craft. Oh, I guess that makes sense. No, never mind. Okay. Whoa, they didn't change this. Come on, dude. Up the flat regen mod, bro. I'm kidding. But they actually show the flat... These are probably, these look like jewels. Jewel mods. How deep am I on this list? Very deep. Let's keep going. Accuracy, chaos. So you can hit all those with elemental. So, yeah, that's normal. That's really cool. Wait. I fucked up. Okay, caster. Oh, you can roll taunt blind with caster? Wait, am I stupid? Might be a good idea. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so this is pretty cool. Overall, rip Divine Flesh. We won't use this 100%. You guys can, I guarantee this now. We won't use Divine Flesh. We won't use Enduring Cry. Redemption Sentries are now dead. Rest in fucking peace. For sure, rest in peace. Precise Commander, Vicious Bite, Vengeful Commander. I'm gonna probably look at Vitality. I want to see this. I want to try it. Honestly, I think I'm gonna say fuck to Mistress of Sacrifice and Glancing Blows, but maybe this is good enough. I don't know, because it's still, like, kind of free. It's kind of free. I don't know. We'll decide later with feedback from you guys what you guys think of the Mistress of Sacrifice Glancing Blows change. But now we wait for the actual patch notes. Then we get our filters and our passive tree and all the cool stuff coming out. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe so you guys don't miss it. I'm going to take this opportunity to thank my Patreon and my YouTube members who financially support the channel. I can't do this without you guys. Thank you guys for all the support. And thank you to anyone new who joins the Patreon or the YouTube members today. And I'll see you guys in the next episode, probably the patch notes.